In 1066, one of the most famous battles in English history took place, the Battle of Hastings. It was a day that changed the course of England's future forever. Harold Godwin's son was crowned king, but this decision was not accepted by William or Harold Hardrada. Both men believed they had stronger claims to the English throne, setting the stage for one of the most dramatic events in English history. The Battle of Hastings occurred on October 14, 1066. When King Edward the Confessor of England died in January 1066, he left no direct heir. This led to a fierce battle for the throne between three claimants: Harold Godwin's son, the most powerful English noble, William, Duke of Normandy, and Harold Hardrada, King of Norway. In September 1066, Harold Hardrada invaded northern England, seeking to take the throne by force. Harold Godwin's son rushed to meet him, and the two armies clashed at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. After a brutal fight, Harold's forces won a decisive victory, killing Hardrada and ending his claim to the throne. On September 28, 1066, William landed at Pevensey with a well-prepared army of infantry, cavalry, and archers. King Harold, fresh from his victory in the north, quickly marched south to confront the invaders. He gathered his exhausted troops and met William's forces near the town of Hastings on October 14, 1066. However, King Harold's victory in the north would be short-lived. While his army was still recovering, news arrived that William of Normandy had landed in southern England with a massive invasion force. Harold's army was mainly made up of infantry, who formed a shield wall at the top of Senlac Hill, a defensive position meant to repel William's attacks. Meanwhile, William's army, made up of Norman cavalry and archers, prepared for an aggressive assault. At one point, the Normans feigned retreat, tricking some of Harold's soldiers into breaking ranks and chasing them down the hill. This tactic was a turning point, as it weakened the English shield wall and opened gaps for William's forces to exploit. The Battle of Hastings began at 9 a.m. and raged throughout the day. The Norman archers fired their volleys, while cavalry charged uphill into the English shield wall. The battle was fierce, with neither side gaining a decisive advantage for hours. The decisive moment came late in the day when King Harold was struck down. According to legend, he was shot in the eye with an arrow, though the exact details remain unclear. With Harold's death, the morale of the English army collapsed, and William's forces overwhelmed the remaining defenders. Following his victory, William marched on London, where he was crowned King of England on Christmas Day, 1066, at Westminster Abbey. The Norman conquest that followed brought profound changes to England. By the end of the day, William had secured a resounding victory, becoming William the Conqueror. But his journey was far from over. He still had to march on London and secure the English throne. Norman rule introduced feudalism, transformed land ownership, and left a lasting mark on the English language and culture. The Battle of Hastings wasn't just a clash of armies. It was the beginning of a new chapter in English history.